guys, Coop here. Let's make a bracelet. Alright, this is going to be a spin-off of one of JD's knots. It's a series of half hitches going from the left side, right side. He calls it the Genoese, I believe, Genoese knot. This is a modified version. It's tied similar to the way he ties it. I've just added a third cord, and hence the name right up there, Modified Genoese Knot by MrCoop. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, as you guys all know, I've got my half hitch down on the bottom with my two cords. I've got my colors spliced together right there. Hook it in the bottom. I run it up. I go through the top of the buckle and come out the back side. Now my third cord is right here. I've got it in between the other two, just laying up over the top, out of the way for right now. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, it's a fairly simple knot. There's not a whole lot to it. We just got to do it. And to start this knot off, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to do a simple overhand knot to lock my cord down tight right off the bat. Make everything nice and tight to start with. Alright, now that we got that done, let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to start on the left side. It does not matter which side you start on. The end product is going to be the same either way. So we'll go ahead and get started. First, we're going to start with the first half hitch. You go over the core, under the core, out the other side. Should look just like that. Now we're going to take this first piece of the third cord. We're going to go back behind. We're going to come up right through the middle of both cores. Just like that. Once you get it up out there, just pull it on up out of the way. We'll tighten it down here in a few minutes. Now just take your left side, work it up, and tighten her down as tight as you can get it with your fingers. Now since these are half hitches, they're not going to lock that easy. Once you get it tightened down, take the one you went through the middle with and just tug it a little bit. Now we're going to take the right side. Same thing. Go over the core, under the core, through the other side. Should look just like that. Now we're going to take the other core, the other side, the other piece of the third strand. We're going to go around the back and come up through the middle, just like we did on the first one. Should look just like that. We're just going to pull it up a little bit. Don't tighten it down. Throw it over the top. Get it out of our way. Now we're just going to tighten the red down, just like we did the green. And like I said, these half hitches are a little bit of a pain in the butt, but you'll get the hang of them. Now we take the third strand and we just pull it a little tight. Leave it. I just keep them laying up out of the way while I'm working the knot, guys. We're going to continue on. Left side again. Go over the core, under the core, out the other side. You can pull her up about like that. Now we go back to this one, which will be on the top. Go around behind everything, come up in the middle. Pull it through, put it up out of the way. Now we're going to tighten this down. Once you get that tight, grab a hold of that, pull it tight. Leave it out of the way. I'm going to do one more with you, then we'll pick up at the end. Right side, over the core, under the core, through the hole. The one that's on the top now, we're going to go around behind, through the middle, pull it all the way through, drape it over the top. Tighten this down. Once you get that tight, grab a hold of your second strand there and pull it tight. And these knots are kind of funky. They kind of, you know, take a little bit working with them to get them tight, but you will get them tight. Alright guys, I'm going to do 2 more passes with you, and then we're going to pick up at the end. Okay, kind of give you a preview of what it looks like so far. Alright guys, I'll meet you on the other side at the end. Okay guys, now that you're down to this far, you might want to get your fids out and put them on your 2 middle pieces, because we got a couple more knots to get through here, and them fids will make it real easy trying to get in there. This knot here is not so bad because it's just a looping around, but to get on that inside one, you might want to use a fid. Now you don't have to have fids. You can use pliers or forceps, whatever you have, but a fid just makes it a little bit more easier, or a little easier to get right through there, so you got a nice snug fit. Just make sure your cords are all turned a nice way. We'll tighten this guy down. And then snug that one up, just like we do in all the other ones. Layer up out of the way. Now we do the last knot here. Go around over the top of the core, under the core, out the other side. Then take your other strand and go up through the middle. Then we just take this, pull that out of the way for a second, tighten this hitch down, pull that sucker tight, and that puppy is done. Now let's finish this sucker off. Go ahead and tighten my green back down, and make sure all my purples are up out of the way. And what I'm going to do with this one, I'm just going to do an ordinary Solomon bar to lock this bottom together. Just like that, guys. Make sure all my purples are pulled nice and tight. And there we go. Now we're going to pop this off. Just like that. Now we've already got the fids on the 2 purple ones, so I'm going to wrap this one around this side and come up through the back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it right under this purple cord right here, and then I'm going to go under the red one. Okay, that one's pulled across and on the back. Now we're going to take this one, do the same thing. We're going to wrap it over, come around back, and right back to where we were. And I think I'm going to take this one under a couple of more just to make sure, because this will be the bottom of the bracelet. The cool thing about this bracelet, guys, the back looks just as cool as the front. The only difference is the front lays a little flatter than the back. The back's kind of humped up a little bit. But if you got flat buckles and want to use a different technique, that's nothing wrong with that. Alright, that one's done. We're just gonna cut it, let it fray. This one here, I think I'm gonna run it just a couple more too. Just to give it a little added security. Now guys, the way I end these, there's nothing set in stone. You guys figure out a different way you want to do it. More power to you. And look at what I did. I got that sucker over the top. Yep, I'm glad I pulled that down a little farther. And now we're back up to here. I think I'm gonna take this one right on the back side where nobody's gonna see it. I'm just gonna tie a simple overhand knot there to lock everything down. I'm gonna cut it, and it just came untied on me. That's okay. We'll just do it on the front. Good thing that these knots aren't locked in stone, guys. Snip it, singe it, lock it. This one here, same thing. Snip it, and we'll singe it just a little. There we go. There you go, guys. The modified, what did I say that? Genoese knot. You guys can probably pronounce it better than I can. There's the back side of it. There it is, all tied down. Alright guys, you want to put your comments and questions down below? I'll be more than happy to answer anything you post. I appreciate you watching my videos. Appreciate you taking the time to support my channel. It means a lot to me. As you guys all know, we've got Facebook, Google+, Twitter, and Pinterest links all down below. Hop on over and follow us on any of them you guys want to. And with all that being said, my friends, old Coop's gonna say, Coop out.